Okay. God, I still can't believe that I forgot how to paste in the new layer. How can I forget that? How to paste in new layer? How did I do that before? Anyway. Okay. Anyway. So, basically that's all I remember right now that you need to know about the Digimap. As you can see, it's so easy to edit this map. Like every object that you have is easy to select. You just click on it with the direct selection tool, and then you can choose it, move it, delete it, do anything you want, change the color. What else? The last thing about Digimap is that if you wanna enlarge or scale the map itself, you wanna make sure to scale everything, including this what do they call it? This meter over here, and the maybe you don't want the logo. I don't think you need it. So wait, let me just delete or just hide this layer, and then increase the opacity of this layer by selecting the whole thing from over here, the layer panel, and then going to opacity 100%. Okay, and maybe I want to delete this logo, so I hit the A button for direct selection tool and then delete. I deleted it, and then the square, delete. This logo too, delete. Double click delete. If you have the direct selection tool selected, if you select an object with the direct selection tool, you have to double click delete to delete the object, because if you just click it once, it won't work, except if it was like a whole object like this one, like this letter. You can do that. You can delete this object with just hitting once, but if you have something like this selected, an anchor, if you delete it once, it will just delete that anchor, not the whole object. You have to click it again to delete the entire thing. Okay, so now that we have an idea about how AI works and how the tools in AI work, let's see how you can take a map that you drew yourself on paper, you scanned it, now you're gonna put it in Illustrator and make it clean and vectory. Okay, let's go to File, Open, so you can open the picture that you did, and then it's right here on my desktop, Urban Design. This is the picture, so double click on it. Okay, so this is the image that I have, the scanned image that I have, or sketch or whatever. When I loaded it, Illustrator automatically created an artboard with the same size that I created before, with the file that I had before, which is A4. But if you want a different size, you can either create a new document by hitting Control N, or going to File, New, you create a new document. Or if you want to edit this same document over here, you can just go to Document Setup, then Edit Artboard, and change the size over here. Right now the sizes are in points. Let me hit, oh wait, yeah, I hit V to go out of that. Hit Control R to see the ruler, which is so useful, because if you click and drag, you can have guides that can tell you exactly what to do, where to put your lines and stuff. And if you hit this corner over here, right click it, you can change the measurement unit. So let's choose centimeters because it's the easiest. Document Setup, Edit Artboard, and you can change the size of the A4. The size of the A4 is 29.7 by 21. which is what I recommend if you're gonna print the map on an A4. If you want it to be on a bigger size, you obviously have to make it bigger. But since it's vector, so if you created it on any size, even if it's so small, and then you decided that you want it to be bigger, it'll be so easy for you because it's vector. So if you resize it, it's totally fine. It'll be perfect. You won't have any bad resolution issues. Okay, so let's resize this image. What I did there is that I went to the corner, hit shift to have the proportions constrained, and scale it down. Let's put it in the middle. You see these smart guides, the green arrows? They're telling me exactly where the center is, the center of the artboard. So here it says center. So this is the center of the artboard. If you don't see them, there's a slight chance that you don't see them. You can go to window and then go to where are they? Where are they? It's right here. Somewhere. It's here. Where's guides? Guides? Guides. Is it in view? Oh yeah, it's in view, not window. Never mind. And this is the smart guides. See, I have them on. So you might not have it on. Now you can see if I move, nothing shows up. Control Z. So go to view and then hit smart guides on. They're so useful, so you need to put them on. Okay. So this is the map that I want to recreate. Now you have to bear in mind that Illustrator, since it's a vector program, it's not going to be exactly the same. Obviously this is a lot more rough, maybe more artistic, I think, but what you create in Illustrator is going to be a lot more clean with solid colors more than gradients. That you can create gradients in Illustrator, but it won't be as pretty as you would like them to be. In Photoshop, it's a lot more easier to control the gradients to create maybe these shadows over here, while in Illustrator, I think the beautiful thing about Illustrator is when you use solid objects to create depth and shadows. So let's see how we can do that. Of course, I'm not gonna do the entire thing. I'm just gonna show you some of the main things over here. So the first thing that I want to do is lock this layer. I'm gonna name it sketch, hit enter. I'm gonna lock it because I don't want to do anything with it. I don't want it to be in the way. And then create a new layer. Rename that to vector 1 or what am I gonna, building 1? I don't know, anything. Building 1. No, just building. Okay. Okay. So let's see. There are more than a way to go on and do this. You can either, because this is like a straight shape, you can either use the rectangle tool, which is over here, hold, go to the rectangle tool. We're gonna start with this shape right here. Or you know what, let's start with this shape because it's easier. Start with this one. So zoom, hit alt and scroll to zoom. Okay, so let's create it. Just click and drag to create one rectangle. Obviously, as you can see here, there's no fill or stroke, so there's nothing here. Hit this twice. We're gonna make the color almost gray, white gray, a little bit. You can change the color later on, so just do whatever you want right now. Hit OK. Now you can't see anything behind it, so what I'm gonna do is lower the opacity so I can just see what's behind there, so I can know exactly where I want to draw everything. And then I'm gonna copy this again, Control C, and then paste it right on top of it. So you hit Control F to paste it right on top, and then I will scale it down. So if you hit Shift, you can scale it down this way, like by the corner, the upper left corner. But if you hit Shift and Alt at the same time, you can scale it down from the center, which is great because we want it to be exactly in the center. Maybe this way. And we're gonna color this one yellow, like what we have here. Although, to be honest, yellow is gonna look a little bit odd here. I don't like yellow very much. It's okay. Yellow. Of course, the opacity is lowered now, so if you want to see how it looks like, you're gonna have to choose them and then increase the opacity, which looks awful right now. But moving on, it'll look better, kind of, later. Control and Z. Let's go back. Let's create a stroke for this one. I think I want a black or like a gray, darker gray stroke. So double click on this one, on the stroke, and then choose a dark gray kind of color. Okay, so I'm gonna increase the opacity just a little bit to 80%. Okay, and what I like to do is always put the stroke on the inside, align it to the inside. I just think it looks better this way. I don't know why, but it's personal preference really. You just see what you like to do with this map. So I like to have the stroke on the inside, and maybe we will have a slightly darker yellow on the inside one. So if you want to do the exact same color as this, like if you want the stroke to have the exact same color, you just choose the fill, just click once and then hit X to choose the stroke, or just click on the square behind one, and it'll change the color here. So if I click on this, you can see that it colored the stroke. Now the shape has a stroke the same color as my fill, and now I can choose it and make it a bit darker this way. And let's make it on the inside.